Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Haziq Azizi bin Zaharuddin. Today, I would like to talk about introduction to halal meat industry in Malaysia. Halal industry is one of the biggest industry nowadays in the world due to growing up Muslim population. Due to that, Muslim will demand for halal industry to provide goods and services in order to fulfill their responsibilities as a Muslim to consume lawful product according to Al-Quran and Hadith. Before we go further, my fellow friends and Ustazah, do you know what is halal meat? Halal meat is meat that derived from halal animal that has been stated in Al-Quran and Hadith and through a slaughtering process according to Sharia law. For information, demand for food industry to provide halal food nowadays was extremely increasing, especially in the halal meat industry among Muslim and non-Muslim because they have an awareness about halal and knowledge related to halal standards. Furthermore, halal certification is one of essential element in Malaysia. This because halal meat that undergoes halal system will consider as quality meat and safe for customer to consume. This presentation will discuss about halal meat industry in Malaysia in terms of industrial development, certification, and regulatory framework. Now, let's proceed to objective. In this study, it consists 3 objectives. First, to explain the current development of halal meat in Malaysia. Second, to identify the procedure, process, and certification standards in halal meat industry in Malaysia. Third, to analyze the regulatory framework for the halal meat industry in Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aiman Izzat bin Ghazali and I will present the literature review. Okay, first article that I took is from the Assessing Halal and Thayyiban Food Supply Chains in the Poultry Industry. Okay, the halal and thayyiban supply chain is a novel concept to the global market. This study or this article is encompasses the very first stage of the supply chains and attempts to unveil the practicalities in the production of halal chicken meat. The focus of this research is on searching example from practice, in particular of identification of the halal and thayyiban supply chains critical control point along this part of the supply chains. Okay, the method used on this research is the qualitative approach on identifying the halal and the thayyiban issue, and the control point is searching which are frequently and irritated. The author is Amy Normalina, Harlina and Rahimi. Okay, the next article is from the article Consumer Perception on Halal Meat Logistics. The purpose of this paper to investigate the preferred minimum level of segregation for halal meat in supermarket, transport, storage and terminal, the responsibility of the halal logistic and the willingness to pay for halal logistic in a Muslim country. There is preferred higher level of segregation in a Muslim country than a non-Muslim country. Furthermore, there lies a heavy responsibility with the manufacturer to extend halal assurance towards supply chains management. The author of this article is Teman, Marco, Ghazali, Maznache and many more. Okay, the last article is from Halal Traceability in enhancing halal integrity for food industry in Malaysia. Okay. This study Food safety and its quality assurance are among the concern issue to many people around the world. They are regarded as important issue to all stakeholders in the food industry. After all, halal concept is not just limited to food safety and its quality, but also include the process control, packaging, storage, and delivery. In short, the integrity of the food product should be maintained to meet the intent of the halal. That's when we need to make proper halal traceability is needed to monitor throughout the supply chains. The author of this article is Husaini, Rahman AR, Azhani M, and Muhammad Ghazali.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Ahmad Syazani Ramlan and matric number 2020960295. Here I want to present about the development of halal meat in Malaysia. So, in line with the desire to make Malaysia a global halal hub in terms of production and distribution of halal products, coupled with the growing demand for halal meat industry, the Malaysian Protocol for Halal Meat and Poultry had been created by JAKIM. This is to give a clear guidance in the production of halal meat and poultry. Plus, this protocol is planned to help the execution of Malaysian necessities for halal meat. Also, the procedure is applicable to all establishments producing halal meat, including those intending to export to Malaysia under the Amendment Act 1953. Regarding to the issue of illegal meat cartel recently, JAKIM issued an action plan for the issue of doubt about halal status of imported meat. Through Halal Management Division and the Secretariat of the Malaysia Halal Council, the department will hold a discussion with various ministries and related agencies other than importer and distributor of meat. Then visit to abattoir and imported meat collection center will be further intensified. The latest SOP with existing improvement will be finalized. Last but not least, the most important is the plan to provide understanding to the community through Scott sketch that aim to explaining the SOPs for importing meat and meat product to Malaysia. Today, the development of halal meat Malaysia, according to Department of Veterinary Services (DVS), the existing meat and product import policies guarantees quality, safely, and halal status for the benefit of the public. They said inspection at processing plant and slaughterhouse are carried out in accordance with procedure set by government before being brought to Malaysia. Plus, the audit were done abroad were done based on strict standard codes of practice in accordance with international standards. Starting earlier this year, besides imposing stricter procedures regarding the importation of frozen meat into Malaysia, all consignment of imported meat from Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, Argentina, United States, Japan, South Africa, India, and also Pakistan must be affixed with a special label both on outside and inside the box before shipped to Malaysia. And the label must contain the name and logo of halal exporting country that recognized by JAKIM. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Cik Wan Muhammad Faiz and I will explain about halal certification standard that related in halal food industry. Okay, the first one is MS 1500 2019, which is third revision. Can refer to the picture besides. Okay, this MS is about the halal food general guideline. So the MS providing an understanding about halalan toiban concept, which is from farm to fork, fully and clearly concept about halalan toiban. Next, the MS also provide guidelines for the industry to implement as required in order to produce a good halalan toiban meat. Furthermore, the MS also provide understanding to complying Sharia and technical requirements in order to enhance good and high quality halal meat. Okay, the next one is MS 2565 2014, which the title is Halal Packaging. This MS is focusing on the meat that has packaging in order to maintain the quality of the meat to be always halal even it was packed. Certification standard are veterinary health mark certification, which is known as VHM certification for slaughterhouse. Okay, um, it consists VHM consists GMP and HACCP certification. So if the slaughterhouse has VHM certification, it seems like they have GMP and HACCP certification. Furthermore, it's also allow the local slaughterhouse meat product to be exported to the other country, to outside country. And one of the example of the VHM certification in Malaysia are the Senawang Slaughterhouse in Negeri Sembilan. Other than that are the recognition of foreign halal certification bodies, which is known as FHCB, that conducted by JAKIM. Okay, for FHCB certification, is related with the import meat. So the import meat must from FHCB certification bodies in order to protect Muslim consumers in Malaysia to eat halal import meat. The next two certification standard is MS 1540 2009, which is good manufacturing, GMP for food. It's provide a guideline about premise design and facilities development in order to maintain the quality of the meat. Next, it also a prerequisite program for hazard system. And the other certification standard for halal meat industry in Malaysia are MS 1480 2019, which is food safety according to hazard analysis and critical control point HACCP. Okay, this MS is a guideline for on developing HACCP system in the halal meat industry. Furthermore, it also prevent possibility hazard such as physical, chemical and biological hazard from contaminate to the halal meat. Lastly, the process and procedure to apply for the halal jakim for halal meat industry. Okay, first thing first, if it's is related with slaughtering, they must have and attend halal slaughterman certification conducted by JAINS, Jabatan Agama Islam Negeri. And next, they also must apply halal by JAKIM through apply it straight on the halal online, and then they will get to send the document related to the Jabatan Agama Islam Negeri that's nearby, and then they will receive the halal certification that which is in the down logo, and also receive the a certificate from the for the halal slaughterman if it's related.
The first one is Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, or as we know is JAKIM. Generally, halal method in Malaysia are perceived by the public to be solely supervised by the JAKIM. JAKIM is one of government entities empowered by law to govern one aspect of halal method, namely halal certification procedure and halal logo. Halal method include the regulation of halal industry, halal certification process and procedure, halal logo, halal standard, laboratory testing and many more. In short, halal method are governed by peace meal legislation. Malaysia Protocol for the Halal Meat and Poultry Production was developed by JAKIM to give clear guidance to production of halal meat and poultry. This protocol is intended to support the implementation of Malaysia requirements for halal meat, poultry, and their product, including those intending to export to Malaysia under the Act, under Animal Act 1953, review in 2006. It shall be used together with the Malaysia Standard MS 1500 2009 for halal production, preparation, handling, and storage general guidelines. Second is Department of Standard Malaysia. Department of Standard Malaysia is under the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, which is MITI. So, GSM play an important role in assisting the development of Malaysia halal industry by developing the Malaysia standard for both halal food and non-halal food product. Non-food product, sorry. Standard Malaysia also promote halal industry leader within its global awareness of the Malaysia halal standard. In the halal meat industry, GSM will be responsible for producing standard for meat so that the meat remains of the same quality as such as container use standard content, slaughtering, and meat care. GSM also will help industry halal meat in improve efficiency, reduce waste, and enhance quality for greater marketable of their product and service local and internationally. Third is Department of Veterinary Service. The function of Department of Veterinary Service is control exotic and domestic animal disease. The function of Department of Veterinary Service also is to ensure that the animal to be slaughtered are healthy and free disease. The animal to be slaughtered must be healthy so that the meat sold does not harm to the consumer. Lastly is Ministry of Health and Malaysia Quarantine and Inspection Service, as we know MAQIS. The function is work in keeping meat safe, especially import meat. In Malaysia, all import meat based on product should be attached to the health certification document of the meat, the halal meat certification from the country origin, and approval letter from the MOH and also MAQIS. The import meat are only allowed to enter the Malaysian market after all document is verified, complete, and passes the quality inspection or process from the relevant authorities. The frozen meat is then distributed in Malaysia market through a proper logistic process until the meat reach the end user. It is proven by through their studies that consumers are aware that halal meat requirement and are willing to pay for halal meat product are truly halal and from the point of production or slaughtering to the point of consumption.
For the conclusion, Islam put the spotlight on the halal and thayyiban element of food intake by its adherents, and one of it is meat. Furthermore, halal meat industry in Malaysia has been established well, which has been equipped with regulatory body like JAKIM, Department Veterinary Services, and others. Not only that, Malaysia is called the biggest halal hub in the world because the standard for halal is very powerful and effective in terms of the halal certification process, which has a new element that the manufacturer must comply with to get halal certifications. On the other hand, the rapid increase in the development of halal Malaysia and various standards, it can make halal meat markets better known in the global without any issue arise regarding to halal meat industry. That's all from our group. Thank you.